Hello friends, welcome back. In this session, we will understand how do we build an 8x1 multiplexer while also understanding how does it function, and then we will go ahead with Verilog implementation of the same. In the previous session, we learned clearly what exactly is a 4x1 multiplexer, how does it work, truth table, the logic gates construction, everything we have clearly explained, and I hope it was useful. In this session, we go ahead with a little higher version of it, which is nothing but 8x1 multiplexer. What do you mean by that? It is again a combinational circuit which has got multiple inputs and it is going to be only one output. In this case, we have got 8 inputs A, B, C, D till H. It starts from 0, it goes on till 7. We have got only one output here and one of these inputs can be the output. And in the last session itself, I told you clearly when there are 2 to the power of n inputs, there will be n selection lines. What do you mean by that? I have got 8 inputs here, which means it is 2 to the power of n equal to 8. So n will be 3. That's it. So there are 3 selection lines here, S0, S1 and S2. Now, these selection lines will be helpful for me to appropriately select one of the 8 inputs as the output. How is it going to work? Very simple. As I told you in the previous session itself, it starts from left to right, S0, S1 and S2. This is the way we need to write it. So when you have 0, 0, 0 for S0, S1 and S2, you get A as the output. Whatever be the value for A will be thrown as the output and Z gets A. Now when S0 is 1, S1 is 0 and S2 is 0, we get B as output. Similarly, when it is 0, 1, 0 for S0, S1, S2 respectively, you get C. Likewise, we keep moving and when you have all ones, you get H as output. Whatever be the value for A or B or C, when the respective select lines are selected, the value which is available as the input, it can be 0 or 1, it can be 0 or 1, will be thrown as the output. That's it. Remember it. The value inside A is immaterial. It's not going to be a problem. The values for the select lines are going to select one of the inputs and it will prompt them to be the output. Whatever be the value available for A, if A select lines are opted, it will be presented to you as the output. Now, how do we construct the system here? It's very simple. I need to have 8 inputs here. So A, B, C, D till H is made available. And I have 3 selection lines here, S0, S1 and S2. I also may have to use the inverted options for this S0, S1 and S2. So what do? I need to draw 3 lines as usual, which are nothing but S0, S1 and S2, and I will write 8 lines here like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I've got 8 inputs here and I need to select like this. Let's go with A first. The A is nothing but its combination of 0, 0 and 0. I need S0 to be 0, S1 to be 0 and S2 to be 0. So let's take S1 first. This S1 is inverted here and it is 0. S1 let's take S0 first, it is inverted here. Now it is S1. S1 is inverted and it is 0. S2 it is inverted and it is 0. Along with A as input will get you the output here and you are getting it finally. That's it. Similarly for B, I need S0 as 1, rest 2 are 0. S0 alone as 1. So let's clear the screen right now so that we can visualize it clearly. All these are easy. Just try it out at your end. If you have any queries, you can always ask me through the chat box. I'll be happy to help. And you can see that in the B, when I want B as the output, I need S0 alone as 1. So where is S0? This is S0. I am not taking the inverted input. I am taking the direct input here. You can see that here. It is not the inverted one. So S0 is 1. S1 I am taking inverted. You can see that here it is getting inverted. Similarly, I have S2 also inverted here. That's it. And B goes directly and B gets in as the output. Likewise, I need to draw for everything. We will go with the final one. When we have all three select channels as 1, S0, S1 and S2. All three are 1 here. So what will happen? No inverter at all is required. H goes out and this is H and H will come out as Z. That's all. Very simple. We have built the circuit as well. Now what is our next work? The next work is to go ahead and build all these in Verilog. I'm going to write the code in Verilog. first would be the module where we are implementing this, and then we'll write the test bench. Now we have designed a module name mux 8x1. I have got 3 select lines S0, S1 and S2. I have got 8 inputs A, B, C, D till H, and I have got one output which is called as Y. Now what are all the inputs here? S0, S1, S2 along with A to H are the input and Y is the output. Now we need to get the final result into Y, and we can get it easily. And how do we do it? Very simple. When S0 is 0, not of S0, when S1 is 0, S2 is 0, and with A, you get whatever is available in A. Similarly, when S0 is 0, S1 is 0, and with S2 being 1, it will get you the value of B outside. So whatever you have seen here in the truth table has been exactly reflected out here in this expression, and we get this. It's very simple. It's all very easy. Just follow the same pattern there from the truth table and you can write it out. Once this is done, what is the next step to do? We need to go ahead with writing the test bench. How do we do it? Very simple. Mux, the name of the test bench is mux81_tb. I have created wire, I have created registers, and I have created an instance from the previous code. You can see that here the previous code instance is all available. Now, what do? We need to use monitor for monitoring any changes in any of these lines. Whatever there is a change happens in any of these lines, I need to follow. Now, the first case is simple. S0, 0, S1, 0, S2, 0. So what is the case? When S0 is 0, S1 is 0 and S2 is 0, whatever is there in the A should come as the output. We can see that. What is the value in A? The value in A is 1. So the first case output should be 1. Now let's go with the second one. S0, 0, S1, 0, S2, 1. S0, S1 are 0 and S2 alone is 1. You can see that here. This is the thing. So E should be the output. So what is the value for E here? Value for E is 0. Now we can test it here. We will see the inputs here and we can see the output here, and we can test it one by one. I have taken some random values here. I have just passed the inputs as A, B, C, something like that, and you can see that this is the value for S0, S1 and S2. Can we take the first one? S0 is 0, S1 0, S2 0. So what will be the output? It is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So output is A. That's it. It's very simple. When all of them are 1, so what will happen? You can see that here. The case is here. When all of them are 1, H should be the output. So I can see here S0, S1, S2 all 1. So this is the H. So H comes as output. That's it. Very simple. Can we take one more case and try? S0 1, S1 1, S2 0. S0 1, S1 1 and S2 is 0. So what should be the output? Here you can see that what is presented as output. You can see that A, B, C. C comes out as the output. That's it. It's very simple, and you can try it out in your machine, and if you have any queries, let me know. I'll be able to help you clearly. Can you see the demo quickly? Yes, I have simply copy pasted the result here. Let me see the demo, and that will be helpful for you to understand better. I'm compiling it. Yes, it's successful. I got the output. And can we check the last one alone? You can see that here 1 1 1. That means all the select channels are 1, so the output should be H and it is available. 0 0 0, all the select channels are 0, so it should be A. That's all. It's all available. Very simple. I hope you understood it very clearly, and if you have any queries, let me know. I'll be happily helping you. Thank you very much for following my channel, The Content. If you like the channel, The Content, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you.